Did you know that certain cars use joysticks instead of steering wheels? Yes, it occurred. Over the years, automakers offered innovations that quickly faded. From unusual tax-saving seat designs to crazy safety features, these outlandish ideas affected the history of cars in unexpected ways. Let's have a look at the craziest, wildest things you'll never see in modern cars. Number 10. Ice Maker. Toyota van from the mid-1980s had a built-in ice maker. Why yes, you could make ice cubes on the road. It also contained a refrigerator, which was ideal for keeping drinks chilled for family vacations. While fridges are still seen in certain modern vehicles, a true ice maker is quite rare nowadays. But that wasn't the only unusual aspect of this boxy mid-engine vehicle. The engine was positioned under the front seats, so you had to elevate them to access it for servicing. Talk about an unusual design decision. In 1990, the Toyota van was replaced by the even funkier Previa. Unfortunately, Americans did not receive an ice maker with their Previa devices. That function was reserved for European versions. Imagine the convenience we missed out on. The Toyota van, with its unconventional layout and unique features, is an excellent example of how automakers previously dabbled with outlandish ideas to differentiate themselves in the competitive minivan industry. Number 9. Record player. Some cars in the 50s and 60s had record players. It seemed fantastic, but it was extremely impractical. Chrysler first introduced the concept in the mid-1950s, but unless you drove a luxury vehicle with soft suspension, records would skip like crazy. The players could only hold 7-inch discs, and while CBS sought to create special compact recordings, the variety was limited. Later models could hold up to 14 singles, but they couldn't match the convenience of a simple radio. Despite its shortcomings, the in-car record player remained a niche alternative until 1970 when it became obsolete. Today, it is a quirky antique sought after by collectors but forgotten by the majority, superseded by cassettes, CDs, and finally, digital streaming. It's an interesting reminder of how far automakers went to provide in-car entertainment, no matter how unrealistic. Number 8. Night Panel. Saab's night panel is a hidden jewel that many automobile aficionados miss. Introduced in 1993, it aims to improve night driving safety by decreasing dashboard distractions. When enabled, it turned out all dashboard lights except the speedometer, allowing drivers to prevent eye strain and remain focused on the road during long nighttime rides. This smart feature was available until Saab's untimely closure following GM's bankruptcy. Surprisingly, no other automaker has adopted it, except Volvo Trucks, which provided a similar option for their European trucks in 2017. With current cars equipped with colorful screens and infinite displays, it seems like the ideal time for this feature to return. For now, however, it remains a nostalgic trademark of classic Saab's simple, smart idea ahead of its time. Number 7. Shower. When it comes to unusual in-car amenities, the first-generation Honda CR-V's built-in shower stands out. From 1997 to 2001, it appeared that Honda was attempting to portray the CR-V as the ideal adventure SUV. But let's be honest, who actually needs a shower in their tiny SUV? The goal was apparently to enable outdoor enthusiasts to rinse off muddy shoes, unclean gear, or even their dogs after a trek. While this sounds reasonable, it's unclear how many people checked the shower item on the options list. Though it's now a great bit of trivia, Honda did not reintroduce the shower in subsequent CR-V versions. So if you want to create a mobile rinse station for your next road trip, you'll have to do it yourself. For most CR-V owners, the shower is a quirky, forgotten tribute to Honda's experimental attitude. Number 6. Rear seats in a truck bed. The Subaru Brat is a unique little truck that has maintained a loyal following and a surprisingly high resale value. The truck's unique feature, rear seats in the truck bed, adds to its appeal beyond its small size and unique appearance. This wasn't a strange mistake, it was a savvy move by Subaru. Previously, the United States imposed a 25% chicken tax on imported trucks in order to safeguard domestic brands. But Subaru discovered a loophole. By adding those back seats, the Brat was categorized as a passenger car, allowing it to avoid paying the tax entirely. The seats were not particularly useful. They came with grip handles so people could hold on while cruising. Many owners removed them, but others left them in to embrace the Brat's eccentric look. It's a delightful, unusual piece of automotive history that still draws attention today. Number 5. Water-filled car bumpers. Water-filled automobile bumpers existed for a limited period of time. Rich's Soft Cushion Bumper Company first developed these unusual rubber bumpers in Los Angeles in 1967. What's the idea? Use crash stoppers that rupture on impact, releasing water and decreasing damage. Local officials were impressed, and a few California police departments, taxi drivers, and private car owners tried them out. The idea has potential. Minor bumps could be repaired by simply replacing the stoppers and replenishing the water. However, there was a catch. The bumpers appeared uncomfortable and bulky, turning off many consumers. Furthermore, legal fights with automobile manufacturers depleted the company's resources, and the technology never spread beyond the West Coast. While creative, the water-filled bumper narrative was short-lived, leaving a unique chapter in automobile history. Number 4. Live Music Audio System. The Toyota Serra is well known for its butterfly doors, which reputedly influenced the McLaren F1, but its peculiarities did not end there. One outstanding element was the Super Live sound system, which was designed in collaboration with Fujitsu to replicate the sense of live music. This one-of-a-kind setup featured 10 speakers strategically positioned throughout the Serra's tiny cabin. 4 speakers were attached in a bar above the parcel shelf and could spin to produce various sound effects. In casual mode, the speakers aimed toward the occupants like a standard car stereo. When you switch to funky mode, the bar faces the rounded back window, bouncing sound waves off it to create a reverb effect. Toyota said it felt like live music. Unfortunately, as the Serra was terminated, the system vanished. It was a product of Japan's flourishing economy, but after the bubble broke, enjoyable ideas like this had little chance of reviving. Number 3. Vanity Set. If you had deep pockets in the late 1950s, the Cadillac Eldorado Brougham was the epitome of luxury. It was more expensive and ornate than even a Rolls-Royce, making it only suitable for the wealthiest buyers. With only 704 constructed between 1957 and 1958, it was a rare gem filled with amenities that most automobiles couldn't ever dream of having. One of its most notable features was the complimentary vanity package, which featured a powder bag, mirror, lipstick, and comb. Because why not look your best on the go? The car also had 4 tumblers for mid-journey drinks, as well as a leather notebook, cigarette case, coin holder, and perfume dispenser. While modern luxury cars like Rolls-Royce or Mercedes-Benz offer fancy extras like decanter sets and fragrance dispensers, nothing quite matches the golden era charm of Cadillac's free vanity kits. Truly, it was luxury on wheels. Number 2. Fax machine. Built-in fax machines in cars may seem bizarre today, but they were a status symbol in Japan in the 1990s. Cars like the Toyota Celsior, known as the Lexus LS 400 in the United States, allowed you to transmit faxes from the back seat while being escorted to work, presumably to spend the day sending even more faxes. Interestingly, Japanese manufacturers were not the only ones to provide this feature. Audi had an in-car fax machine option in its executive A8 vehicles until the late 2000s. This option was primarily aimed at Japanese buyers who continued to rely on fax machines long after the rest of the world had shifted to email. While fax machines are still ubiquitous in Japan, the idea of transmitting faxes from your automobile appears to be out of date, and it is no longer considered a premium item. Number 1. Pop-out windshield. Among the numerous unique automotive safety features, the Tucker Model 48's pop-out windshield is one of the most unusual. It was supposed to keep the windshield from colliding with the driver or passengers in a crash, but there is no record of it being tested in a genuine accident. The Tucker Model 48 was a rare car, with only 51 produced before the business was forced to shut down due to a stock manipulation controversy. It's well known for its Cyclops eye, which is a third headlight situated in the middle of the vehicle to improve cornering visibility. This function was temporarily adopted by other car makers, including Subaru. However, the pop-out windshield remained exclusive to the Model 48. Despite its brief production run, the Tucker Model 48 remains a quirky icon of innovation, even if it was never widely adopted. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for the latest updates.